Good morning, everyone. This is Mary Ellen, and I thank all of you for subscribing and watching and following my videos. And I hope that they continue to help you. And in this video, I really want to talk about um, the effects, the physical effects of narcissistic abuse, besides the mental. Um, and there's something that I'm going to be doing myself because I've come to the realization that with all the stress and everything of fighting and overcoming the narcissistic abuse that I've been subjected to with my narcissistic mother and even my late father, who could either be the enabler or an actual form of narcissist. Um, I haven't really come to that conclusion yet, but I'm just going to say for now he was the enabler, as well as with my enabling narcissistic sisters, and of course I have the golden child, of course. And one of the big New Year's resolution that I'm going to be doing is definitely lose weight, and I have to really admit though that I haven't really been able to work on me because I've had a lot of other things going on, but I have to start making me a number one priority. And even though with aside from my fiance's health problems and try to become his own advocate, I'm realizing that it's starting to really cut into um, me time, and I need that me time, and so it's going to become a big priority. But anyway, aside from that, for those of you that are emotional eaters or stress eaters, which I have been, and I'm coming to the realization with all the put downs and all the being downplayed and your feelings and your needs being dismissed by your own narcissistic family, and especially by mine. It's like with each and every put down, each rude remark, each thing that became hurtful to me, and maybe some of you that are going through the same thing I'm going through, which I'm pretty sure there's some of you that are. I'm thinking more and more and more of each pound or every few pounds that I'm overweight represents something, and that represents, all the hurt and all the pain that has been inflicted to me mentally, and also to mix with all the stress that I've been under with other things in my life. But the mental part is really, coming along. I mean, I've had some flashbacks. I think I might have mentioned it in one of my newer videos that I mentioned about the flashbacks. If not, I'll mention it here. And that is occasionally I will get the flashbacks, from my narcissistic mother. And how I handle that is through journaling and prayer. And that usually gets me through. To give you an update though with my therapist, she was what they call a psychology trainee, and what that is a psychology trainee is someone who's doing their intern, or they call it externship, so into the field, to gain experience and get them ready when they graduate and have some experience of dealing with the psychology field. And I recently she had canceled out on me, and of course she was sick. Come to find out she was ill, and I try to talk to the person that oversees the psychology therapist trainees. I let him know, and I really wanted somebody to see, and unfortunately he couldn't find anybody available. So I'm applying my own patient advocacy thing, because I'm my own advocate as well. Is that I'm going to be looking for another therapist. In the meantime, while I do find a therapist, I'm going to continue to journal, write down my feelings, and even whatever feelings that I'm feeling in relation to recovering from narcissistic abuse. I'll continue to do my videos, because that helps. Just helping others, helping others with my videos helps me. And so in the meantime, I'm always going to be doing something, and now that it's being a new year, I can really maybe channel some of these feelings maybe into working out and just kind of getting things off my chest, and try to really get it out of my system. So I'm realizing more and more with each pound that I'm overweight, I think of it as for every put down, for each pound I'm overweight, for each pound I'm overweight represents to me. And this is something that you should be able to perceive too, is that for each pound that you're overweight, think of every put down, every distress or stress that you've been put under by your narcissistic mother, parent, sisters, siblings, for each of that gets added on to you. And then you really see yourself. It's like, oh my goodness, you don't like the way you look. And I tell myself, and I'm going to tell you this, it's like, well, you can either sit there and complain about it, nothing gets accomplished, or get up off your tail and get up and go do something about it. Ramp your diet, exercise, drink lots of fluids, so all kinds of things. And I'm going to be getting myself on the ball here of doing that. I'm already changing over my diet. I'm even quit drinking coffee, even though I never did drink very much, but I'm even developing a dislike for coffee now, and I'm getting into tea right now. So I'm just doing some changes here and there. I'm going to start drinking smoothies and making my own, and doing my own exercises here at home. I got recumbent bikes and free weights, an Olympic bar, a curl bar, and a Reebok steppers. So I do have some exercise equipment that I can work with to really start working on losing this weight, because now that I'm becoming more stronger here mentally, now it's time for me to take care of the physical part. And those of you out there that are overweight, it's not your fault. It's not my fault that I became overweight, but we could all change it. So I'm going to be taking some before pictures, and then once I get down to a certain weight and get to where I want to, I'm going to take those overweight pictures and just be a constant reminder to never get that way ever again. And I'm very sure that a lot of you are going through the same thing I'm going through, and can really relate to. I'm not saying all of you are overweight. I don't know. I'm just saying that there's some of you that can relate to what I'm saying as far as the toll that the narcissistic abuse really takes on you. And it's not all just mental, but it's also physical. So I want to start becoming a lot better at myself now. And I know, and I urge and encourage each and every one of you to also be good to yourselves as well. It's a new year. It's time to start getting rid of the things that were mentally hurting you and mentally distressing you. And it's time to get rid of it all through losing weight and to keep working on becoming more and more mentally stronger and be able to find more ways to even cope with flashbacks, because they're going to come, you know. And even with me, that's been making a quicker recovery with my therapy sessions, that, you know, I still get them. I still get flashbacks, and of course I'm going to look into more ways I can really effectively handle them. I think the first two that I was saying was prayer and lots of journaling. That's also very effective, but at times when those may not be effective, I want to find more ways to really effectively deal with that. And I don't really expect for flashbacks to happen all the time, but I know that there's always going to be something that's going to trigger a flashback. And so I just, you know, I believe prayer and journaling are really great steps in the right direction. And I always like to have many coping skills with something like that. So, but that's what I want to make this video about. You know, is really unpeeling those layers of each pound you ever weight, all that hurt, all the abuse. You know, now it's time to just start taking those weights off and start peeling back those protective layers and really come out to be the real you. So right now, I believe I'll wrap up this video for now, and wish all of you a happy, prosperous, and a wonderful new year. And now's the time to really start reflecting and thinking, you know, of how all this stuff really affects your health, because it does. I mean, yeah, a lot of it's mental, but even your mental could also affect your physical health. And so now it's time to really start turning over a new leaf and start making some adjustments, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So then I urge you all to do the same. But right now, I'll wrap up this video. I'll be making another one, hopefully maybe soon. And I'll continue to stay in touch with each and every one of you. And I just thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye for now.